Have you ever wondered about the concept of immortality in God? What does it mean for a being to be timeless, unchanging, and eternal? In the grand tapestry of human understanding, one thread that constantly weaves itself through is the concept of immortality in God, a theme so profound it transcends the boundaries of our mortal comprehension and delves into the profound depths of faith and spirituality. This is not merely a philosophical concept, but a cornerstone of belief that shapes the understanding of existence and life's purpose for countless individuals across the globe. Imagine a reality where time as we know it is irrelevant, a realm where the cycles of birth, growth, aging, and death are but distant echoes of a different existence. This is the realm of the divine, the eternal, the immortal. God, in many religious traditions, is conceived as existing beyond these temporal categories. His immortality is not just an absence of an end, but the fullness of a being that transcends the concept of time itself. But what does this mean for us, the beings of the finite realm? To many, the belief in the immortality of God serves as a beacon of hope, a source of comfort, and a foundation of faith. It is a promise that there is a divine being that transcends the temporal limitations of our mortal lives, a being that offers the hope of eternal life. This belief can serve as a guiding light, helping us navigate through the storms of uncertainties and challenges that life often presents. Yet, it's crucial to acknowledge the beautiful tapestry of interpretations that exist. Just as a prism refracts light into a spectrum of colors, so does the concept of immortality in God refract into a spectrum of interpretations in different religious traditions. Some emphasize specific aspects, while others approach the issue in distinct ways. As we explore this further, let's remember that interpretations of this immortality vary among different religious traditions. Thus, the journey to unravel this enigma is as diverse as it is profound, setting the stage for a fascinating exploration of divinity and human existence. In many monotheistic religions, God is seen as the supreme and timeless being who created all things and sustains the world's existence. At the heart of monotheistic traditions lies an intriguing concept: immortality in God. This notion is not merely about a being that lives forever, but it delves deeper, encompassing the idea of an eternal and uncreated entity that transcends the bounds of time and space. In the world of mortal beings where birth, growth, aging, and death are inevitable phases of life, God emerges as an entity that exists beyond these temporal categories. His existence is not marked by a beginning or an end, but is a continuous, everlasting presence. But how is this concept of God's immortality understood in monotheistic traditions? Well, it is inextricably linked with his identity as the creator and sustainer of the universe. In these traditions, God is not just immortal because he does not die, but because he is the very source of life itself. He is the originator of all things, the one who breathed life into the cosmos and set the stars in motion. This view of God's immortality is not limited to his role as the creator, but it also extends to his sustaining power. God is seen as the one who maintains the existence of the world, the one who upholds the universe in its intricate balance. His immortality, therefore, is a testament to his unending, active involvement in the cosmos. Moreover, the immortality of God in monotheistic religions is not just an abstract theological concept. It has profound implications on the faith and life of believers. It offers comfort in the face of life's uncertainties and hope in the promise of an eternal divine entity that transcends death. This understanding brings a sense of reverence and awe for the divine in monotheistic believers. It inspires them to reflect on the nature of God, the purpose of life, and their place in the grand scheme of the universe. It is a concept that, while deeply spiritual, is also fundamentally human, touching at the core of our collective quest for meaning and purpose. This understanding brings a sense of reverence and awe for the divine in monotheistic believers. It's fascinating to see how interpretations of immortality in God can differ among various religious traditions. Let's take a journey through the world's spiritual tapestry and see how this concept is perceived. In Christianity, God's immortality is often linked with his eternal nature. He is seen as the Alpha and Omega, the beginning and the end, existing beyond the constraints of time. His immortality is understood as an unending existence, never having begun and never ceasing to be. In contrast, Hinduism offers a different perspective. Here, the concept of God is not confined to a singular entity, but expands to encompass a pantheon of deities, each embodying different aspects of the divine. The The notion of immortality is seen in the cycle of birth, death, and rebirth, a continuous process that the gods themselves partake in, thus presenting a unique interpretation of immortality. Meanwhile, in Buddhism, the concept of an immortal god doesn't quite align with their teachings. Instead, it champions the belief in the impermanence of all things, even divinity. The focus here is on achieving nirvana, a state of liberation from the cycle of birth and death, which in a sense could be seen as a form of immortality. In Islam, God or Allah is considered the ever-living, the eternal. His existence is not restricted by time or space. He is without a beginning or an end, thus embodying the essence of immortality. These interpretations, though diverse, have a common thread. They all grapple with the enigma of existence and the eternal. Some emphasize the unending nature of God, others highlight the cyclical aspects of existence, and some even question the very notion of immortality. Regardless of the differences, it's clear that the quest for understanding immortality in God reflects our innate human desire to comprehend the infinite, to make sense of our transient existence in the face of the eternal. Despite these differences, the idea of immortality in God remains a central theme across religions. The idea of immortality in God isn't just a theological concept. It inspires profound reflections on the nature of divinity and human existence. Indeed, the concept of immortality in God encourages us to delve deeper into the mysteries of life, existence, and our place in the universe. It invites us to question, to ponder, to explore beyond the confines of our physical realities. It beckons us to engage with the abstract, the ethereal, and the eternal. Imagine for a moment an entity that exists outside the bounds of time, a being that is not confined by the cycles of birth, aging, and death. This is a concept that challenges our temporal understanding, pushing us to reconsider our perspectives on life and existence. It's not just about acknowledging the existence of a supreme eternal being, it's about understanding what this implies for our own lives. If God is the source of life, the creator of the universe, what does that make us? Are we but fragments of the divine, sparks of the eternal flame? Or are we separate entities, placed in this vast universe to learn, grow, and ultimately find our way back to the source? These reflections can also shape our understanding of our purpose in this world. If we consider ourselves as part of a divine plan, does that not imbue our lives with a greater sense of purpose and meaning? The belief in a divine being that transcends death and offers the promise of eternal life can serve as a beacon of hope, a source of comfort amid life's challenges. Interpretations of immortality in God vary among different religious traditions, and so do the reflections they inspire. The beauty of these reflections lies in their diversity, in the multitude of ways they allow us to engage with the divine, the eternal, and the immortal. Through these reflections, we can see how the concept of immortality in God can impact our understanding of the world around us. It's a journey, an exploration, and a source of endless wonder. And in this journey, we may find not just answers, but also more questions, more avenues to explore, and a deeper appreciation for the mystery and majesty that is life. In our journey through the concept of immortality in God, we've traversed diverse religious landscapes and philosophical territories. We began by delving into the enigma of God's immortality, an idea that transcends human comprehension and ventures into the realm of faith and spirituality. We discovered that God, as perceived by many religious traditions, is not bound by the temporal restrictions that govern human existence. Unlike humans, who are subject to birth, growth, decay, and death, God is conceived as existing beyond these temporal categories. His immortality signifies not merely an absence of an end, but the fullness of a being that transcends the concept of time itself. Next, we ventured into the monotheistic perspective, where God is seen as the supreme and eternal being, the originator of all things and the sustainer of the world's existence. Here, God's immortality is inseparable from his eternal and uncreated nature. He is the source of life and the architect of the universe. From there, we explored the diverse interpretations of God's immortality across different religious traditions. Each emphasizes particular aspects of this immortality, approaching the subject in unique ways. Despite theological differences, the idea of God's immortality remains a central theme, inspiring profound reflections on the nature of divinity and human existence. Finally, we reflected on how belief in God's immortality provides comfort and hope to believers. The notion of a divine being that transcends death and offers the promise of eternal life can serve as a foundation for facing life's challenges and finding meaning in the midst of uncertainties. Remember, the concept of immortality in God, while complex, is ultimately an invitation to explore our beliefs, question our understanding of existence, and deepen our spiritual journey.